The OpTic Pred situation, it does continue. In case you guys missed our video yesterday, we had a full breakdown of the entire situation, but to give you a gist, it was Pred who was formerly with OpTic and their CDL team. Unfortunately, just 1 week into the season, he is now out, and Hook is rejoining this team and doing pretty well so far. But it was actually formerly OpTic Pred who had some rumors around him about a gambling addiction and other personal reasons for him taking a step away and now going back home to Australia. He also responded yesterday, finally going live on stream to give us a few tidbits of, hey, guys, I did not gamble on CDL matches because that was also a rumor. He does not blame OpTic. He wants to be back at playing Call of Duty after Major 1, and will it be with OpTic? He doesn't really know. That was a pretty short TLDR. You can go watch yesterday's video, but here's Nadeshot doing that same thing and giving his points on all of this. First and foremost, talking about the hate that OpTic has got throughout this process. A lot of people, for some reason, judging OpTic for not speaking up, or also judging OpTic for apparently not taking care of their players with what has happened in this Pred situation.
Classic behavior from OpTic, dropping a player at their lowest point, first with Illy and now Pred. Yo, Cobra, I gotta be honest with you, bro. We kind of went through this yesterday. When somebody says something where they truly have no idea what they're talking about, and they say something as like absolute fact because they think that they're correct. I mean, one of the biggest complaints that I've ever seen on subreddits like COD Competitive or the OpTic Gaming subreddit are why certain creators still in OpTic. You know, there's some names that have always come up. I'm telling you right now, Hector is one of the few people across all of esports that when he has a friendship with somebody, he'll pretty much do anything for that person. So to say that... oh, they dropped Illy, they dropped Pred when they're at their lowest. Brother, for an esports team specifically, I'm not talking about OpTic as an organization. I'm talking about the team itself, that their entire perception and their function as a esports team for the business is exactly what that is. It's a performance-based business. You know, I can pretty much guarantee that after you win a world championship coming into the next year, you're not going out of your way to drop somebody because they're not feeling like themselves right now. Okay? So I got to shut that down immediately. Anybody saying that Hector and OpTic and Scump don't care about their players and don't care about their teammates and don't care about their friends that are a part of the organization, I mean, you are huffing so much glue that we might need to call the local authorities and get a wellness check on you, brother. You're out of your mind.
Just so you guys know, even Pred apparently does not have hard feelings despite the craziness that has been these last, few days. But on top of that, it's also Nadeshot being still very honest with his stream. By the end of the video, he says, yeah, we didn't really get much information from that. And when it comes to a transparency standpoint, if you were another team in the Call of Duty League, he would need more from Pred on all of this because he went very broad, didn't address everything fully, and yes, that might be due to personal reasons, but if you expect another team to want you to play for them, Nadeshot says they would probably need more.
Okay. We obviously did not get much out of that. Any more insight than he chooses to share as to why there's been a team change? I think, for me personally, without really knowing what's going on, I don't know. If I'm Pred, it's hard to say. I mean, look, bro, if somebody says they're going through some tough shit mentally, you can't really pry or press them too much. But if I'm putting myself in Pred's shoes from a career perspective and I plan to come back, I plan to compete again, I plan to try to get back into the league whenever I get my shit taken care of or get my mind right, I think there's always going to be a lot of questions circulating what transpired for them to make such an aggressive change to the roster to move away from him as a player after winning a world championship. It's like when I look at Pred over the offseason, one of the running jokes was that he went on like a couple month long vacation and they had a lot of time off before the season started. you know, that's usually the time that you use to decompress, get right, get everything squared away so you put your head down and work. I'm not sure. I don't know how this is going to shake out. You know, I think Pred is an incredibly talented player. I don't know him that well personally, but I think with what he's done in competitive Call of Duty, he deserves to compete again. But I think it's going to have to come with a little bit more transparency. And if I'm ownership for another team, or if I'm working as a GM or a coach, I would want to know more, personally speaking. You know, it's like if you go home for a month and a half, I think he said, or at least I saw headlines on Twitter that the plan would be to take some time off and try to get back on a team after Major 1. So the beginning of February. I just want to know like what you're actually doing to be prepared and get right to compete again, because I feel like that's what you should have been doing in the off season. But you know, you definitely can't you can't take value away from working on your mental health, I suppose. I don't know. It feels like there's more to the story, but it's really up to Predator's discretion on what he wants to share, what he doesn't want to share.
And he also does relate this back to his time with 100 Thieves. You know, that little drama, I think he's referencing back when people thought he was going to be leaving 100 Thieves or stepping down as a CEO. He's been a few moments of drama in 100 Thieves where he's gone quiet. And so a bit of understanding, right? Like when you were going through something that's serious, oftentimes your organization and yourself are not going to speak about these things. You know, we talked about this back in the day with esports talk. When all of that stuff went down, guess what? I legally couldn't say anything. I just couldn't speak about it, and I still can't. So it's like sometimes when there's more serious issues, those kind of things do come up, and so he's a bit more understanding. But I think for me, that's also kind of inflamed, like, what is it? You know, because Pred, he mentions mental, maybe some more mental health issues, which is a very serious topic, but also doesn't deny the gambling addiction rumors. So I think that's led a lot of people to believe that there's some vein of truth there, which I can't blame people, because if you're Pred, I don't know why you just didn't straight up deny those things. So it's kind of inflamed a lot of these other parts of the rumor. But at the very end of the day, he does say he can still compete in the league, which means he didn't bet on CDL matches. And for me, that's one of the more important things to take away from all of this, because although it seems like he's in some trouble, you didn't do the worst of the worst, which is you'd be banned from the league for life. That would probably ruin your entire life. So that was Nadeshot's honest opinion on this entire situation. I'm wishing nothing but the best for Pred. You know, he's back home with family and friends and hopefully going to take care of whatever the issues are. And like I said yesterday, when it comes to mental health, that's nothing you should need to actually share publicly. It's an unfortunate circumstance when you are not just a Call of Duty pro, not just a defending world champion Call of Duty pro, but you also represent the biggest organization in COD. And so people all of a sudden expect answers out of you, despite even if you're going through a hard time. So even if he has to keep it to himself, wish him nothing but the best of luck in his return, and we'll see if he does come back and elaborate more on the circumstance. I do like, though, how Nadeshot, a owner in the league, can talk about these things openly, because, you know, some people aren't. So I enjoy that side of things. What do you guys think about Nadeshot's response on the OpTic Pred situation? Till next time, take care of yourselves. I'm drinking multiple coffees. I'm having a really good time. Till next time, take care, y'all. See ya.